All this is actually what I'm going to share with you right now. The framework that I've been using for the last 6 years in order to be able to, for me to tell stories, but also to teach others how to tell stories in a way that they are impactful. And the first secret that I want to share with you is how to make sure storytelling works for you no matter your industry. And that is what I call the SEP framework. The SEP framework, which is what I have created, stands for story, empathy, and purpose. Now, actually, the way that we need to implement it is by going backwards. So maybe I should have called it the PES framework. I don't know. I'm still working on the name. I'm not too excited about SEP, but I think it's quite easy. It's a bit easier to remember than PES. Maybe you can share in the comments if you think it's easier. But anyway, purpose, empathy, and story. Now, when I talk about purpose, I'm not talking about Simon Sinek, okay? One of the things that I noticed with time is that as many people came on the stage and communicated their business, as many people come on the stage, not only as I'm hosting events or listening to presentations for the first time, or maybe with a production company, there was one thing that I see that people always miss. And for me, that was the most important ingredient. What I mean by purpose is not the golden circles, as I said. It's not the golden circles from Simon Sinek, or what is your purpose, or what it is that you're trying to achieve. What I mean by purpose is asking ourselves, why does this matter to them? Why should they care? Why should they pay attention to me? Why should you stop going on your email or multitasking and listen to this presentation right now? It is only when you start from this place that you are able to create a message that is going to be extremely relevant to your audience. When you sit down and ask yourself, why should people listen to what I have to say? How is this going to make their lives better? That you are going to frame yourself, and everything else that you develop is going to be aligned and limited by this thought, which means that whatever you develop is going to be extremely relevant to your audience. So the first thing that we need to sit down is, why does this matter to them? Why should they care? Once we understand what is so important about our message for our audience, how is our life going to improve from listening to us? The next thing comes empathy. And for us, what we need to do is empathize with our audience, with our customer. Yes, many people talk about you need to know your customer, you need to understand them, but they don't tell you how to do that. In order to be empathetic with your customer, we need to ask two questions. We need to understand, what is it that they desire? When you ask this question, you understand, where is it that they want to go? What is driving them? What is the ultimate thing that they're trying to achieve? Yes, you want to better communicate your business, but in reality, that's not your goal. Your goal is to be able to help people to solve their problem and build a business that gives you the freedom of time and place and resources of money and whatever. So what is it that your customers desire? What is it that they're trying to achieve? And then, and I think this is the most powerful question, is what are the fake beliefs that are holding them back from achieving this? So when we live our lives, we have experiences, whether positive or negatives. And what we do is that we take those stories and then we embrace them as truths. What we don't realize is that many times those things that we believe to be truth can actually be a fake belief that is holding us back from seeing things in the way that we need to in order to move ahead. And I'll talk a little bit more about this on secret number 2. But we need to take 2 steps back and empathize with our audience and try to think about, what are the fake beliefs that my audience has, that my customer has, towards my products, towards our industry, towards what we're going to be working together. Chances are that your customers, you're not the first person that they come across in trying to solve the problem. I'm sure this is not the first time you ever hear about storytelling. I'm sure you have maybe seen some videos, you maybe have looked into some stuff. So there's already a process that your customer has gone through, and we need to identify that. And more importantly, what are the fake beliefs? Because what we need to do is actually to change their perspective, target that fake belief in order for them to be able to grow and move on to the next stage. And the last thing comes the story. So now we have identified purpose, our destination. Why does this matter? Desire, where is that people want to go? Where are they now? What is the fake belief holding them back? Now comes the story. And we need to think about, do I have a story? Is there a story that I can tell? Do I have something that happened in my life, right? That I can share with them, where I realize something that allowed me to overcome a fake belief, something that changed my perspective. Whether it is something that happened to me, something that happened to somebody that I know, something that happened to somebody I've never met before, but they shared it and it really clicked with me. What is a story that I can tell that will help them overcome that fake belief? Purpose, empathy, story. This is my framework. If you use this framework, whenever you're going to talk, whether it is delivering a presentation, talking with somebody, quickly get in the habit. Why would they care? Why does this matter? Even if you're at a networking event, right? First thing is listen, try to connect with them, understand them. Okay, what is it that they do? What, why, how can I connect? How is what I do relevant to them? How can I help them? Why would this be relevant for them, right? Purpose, empathy. Okay, if somebody's in that situation, what kind of experiences have they had? What fake belief would they have towards me? Okay, good, I'm listening. Okay, now when they come and ask me about what I do, right? Because they felt understood, because I helped them talk, because I listened to them, now they are interested to know about me. Now I can tell them a story. Because what happens is that we're so excited about going ahead and telling about what we do that we don't get to listen and we don't get enough information to identify purpose and empathy and then select the story that would fit perfectly in that situation. Guys, storytelling is not improvised. It's not that we randomly tell stories out there. No, when you're a storyteller, you as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you need to build an inventory of stories. And then what you do is that you quickly match them to the context and the situation of the person that you're talking with. And then you quickly know how to deliver it. You quickly know which one is going to work in that moment. This is all the stuff is actually coming from a workshop that I'm doing in 2 weeks. So on the 23rd and 24th of August, okay? If you want to know more about this, if this is something that is interesting, if you want to go deeper into it, then I definitely recommend you to go and check this out, because here we're going to deliver, we're going to develop your origin story and all that messaging. And I'll talk a little bit more about this at the end,